Hi children, today the new topic is being begun now. The topic name is vectors. The topic name is vectors. Okay, try to know about the meaning of the word vector. Vector means the object which carries. Okay. In our human body we have the vectors. They can carry the food supplements, okay, whatever the information given by the brain. So, those who are being carried by vector. And one more meaning, vector is convey, something which informs, which conveys the message to the receiver. Okay? Yes. So, here also vector. According to our physics, what is vector? Actually, vector is, according to physics, it is a mathematical tool. It is a mathematical tool to understand the physics, because 2000 years, 2500 years before, so many philosophers, they have studied the physics, but they thought in the different way, That means, whenever if you take the relations God, nature, okay, and God, human being, and nature, human being. Okay. So, God and nature gives you these two combination philosophy. What is this? Philosophy. And God plus human being, what did you get children? Religion. Okay. Now, nature plus human being, that gives you science, okay, the physics. But what they came to know after whatever they are learning the subject or knowledge, gaining the knowledge and thought process, they are trying to apply for the objects surrounding by them. So, when they are trying to apply, they came to know somewhat mathematical relation is being existed in the nature. So, they are trying to find out that mathematical nature. What is that? Mathematical nature, okay, mathematical relation or nature is existed in nature. Okay. Whatever we have the surroundings, all are following the certain laws, mathematical laws, with certain values, even at the atomic level, even at the macroscopic level. Okay, children. So, the first our thoughts was related with mathematics by the first scientist, Newton sir. Who is that? Newton sir. Okay. To explain what he proposed the laws, Newton laws, he invented the new mathematics, calculus. What is that? Calculus means integration, differentiation. You are going to learn in your further studies in the intermediate. Okay. So, whatever Newton sir onwards, we just combining the maths and the science. Later onwards, so much development has taken place, and both streams, maths and physics, both are developing their theories and to get the unification, Okay. That means, physics should be experimentally explained, according to the philosophical manner it should be explained, and mathematically also it should be proved. So that both streams are being developed in their ways, and most of them are correlating both two. They got the relations also, mostly in the form of proportionalities. One physical quantity is proportional to another physical quantity. If I change one physical quantity, that means take two physical quantities A and B, two physical quantities, force, acceleration, force, mass, okay children, velocity and distance, any physical quantity you people can take. How they are related each other? Mostly the proportionality is being taking place, proportionality, okay children, yes. So, based on one physical quantity, another physical quantity is being varied, okay. And one more thing they understand in the nature, that means so many phenomena is being occurred, electromagnetism, quantum mechanical effects, macroscopical Newton laws effects, okay children. And in the space so many phenomena are being happened, nuclear fusion takes place, so many phenomena around us are taking place. From that one we are getting the energy and somewhat some objects, materials are being displaced. This is being done by some certain laws, and we found that there is somewhat mathematical relation. So, in this way, to explain the physics, we require one mathematical tool that should express all the existed mathematical theories. In the mathematics, we have trigonometry, okay, arithmetics, okay, algebra, Cartesian coordinate system, okay. So many streams of mathematics are existed. By combining these all, I require one mathematical tool, that was a vector. By combining these all, by combining geometry, trigonometry, Cartesian coordinate, number system, all combination should be expressed in the form of one tool, that is a vector, and this mathematics is being obeyed by only certain physical quantities, where I require direction to explain that physical quantity, that means here mass, force, okay. Mass is the physical quantity to know how much inertia the body can possess, so that I cannot make it to disturb, to displace, to move, to held up, okay, to lift up, to do these things. Mass is obstructing me, stopping me. So, that is one of the physical quantity we are measuring. The unit is kg. Does it require direction to understand that concept mass? No, I do not require. But coming to the one more physical quantity, force, Look at this. Here two markers are there in my hand, and here one marker is there. This marker has to shooted so that it can go and collide these two at the center of these two. So, should I release this marker by using the bow in this way or this way or this way or this way? So, it requires some certain direction, right, to apply the force. Yes, that is the direction here, this one. Otherwise, what happens? It misses the target. So, for certain physical quantity, you should assign the direction so that we can know what is its future, and what will be the effect of that future. These all things can be known. So, in that way, we classified the physical quantities what we have existed according to the SI system, okay, system international. We classified into two manner. Okay. Actually, so many other types are there. All things are classified as mostly tensors, 0 rank tensor, first rank tensor, third rank tensor, second rank tensor, in this way. Okay, children. So, some physical quantities 0 rank tensor means I do not require anything to explain about that physical quantity, I just require its magnitude. Okay. So, in this way we are going to understand. And one more thing, why this vector concept has been evolved, the reason is most of the phenomena in this universe following only two directions. One is parallelity, another one is perpendicularity. What does it call? Parallelity perpendicularity. Most of the things, because we require the effect either parallel to our required component or perpendicular to the happening component. So, mostly all the phenomena, the resultant will takes place this one or this one or because our perceiveness is in that way. Our human being can perceive that one either in perpendicularity manner or parallelity manner. Okay, children? Yes. So, whatever this entire concept regarding the vector, okay, was developed by so many scientists. Among them, 2 scientists have investigated more, okay, they contributed more for this vector concept. Their names are Gibbs and Oliver Heaviside. These 2 scientists have contributed more, and what we are using nowadays, the vector concept, that was mostly developed by these 2. See children, here I have written vector scalar, the physical quantity which has magnitude and direction. Magnitude, the word meaning quantity. What is that? Quantity. If you are being asked to go to bring some milk by your mother, so you went to the shop and you inquired about the price of that milk, and do you ask directly give the milk, or do you ask give me 1 liter milk or 2 liter milk, like that? So, you may ask the quantity, the certain how much you require, the amount of milk you will ask, is called magnitude, Okay. So, and here I said you before, the physical quantity which we assign direction to understand, because the future path can be predicted by using this concept. That is why for some physical quantities direction is not required to understand, because even in the future also either it will be decreased or increased, not according to the direction, it will be changed. Did you understand? Even the direction is being changed, the value is being same, but here when the direction changes, value will be different. That is why we require direction here to understand the future value, okay. And follow the vector algebraic addition, vector algebraic laws, okay. Vector algebraic laws means here the addition, normally what we have to, if you add 4 plus 3, what is the answer children? Normally algebraically if you add, what is the answer? 7. But if I add 4 plus 3 according to vector algebraic addition, I should consider the angle between the 4 and 3. If the angle is 90, theta value 90 between them, so the answer is 5. 4 plus 3 value 5. Do you agree? Yes, it can be proved here. Did you understand children? There I should consider the angle as how it is possible. Look at this. This is 3, this is 4. Okay. So, this is forming right angle triangle according to the Pythagoras theorem, side square plus side square equal to hypotenuse square. So, 3 square 9 plus 4 square 16. So, here somewhat value x square. So, the x value must be 5, Why? Because 16 plus 9 equal to 25. So, the answer is 5. So, do you agree now 4 plus 3 value 5? In this case it can be possible. Even 4 plus 3 value 6 can be, 7 can be, 1 can be, 2 can be, 3 can be according to the values, according to the angle values between them. Here between 4 and 3 I have taken the angle 90. Okay children. So, in that way we are going to calculate, yes. The examples I have written here: force, acceleration, momentum, imaginary area of field, keep it in this word area. Is area require direction? Okay. It can have the shape, does not require direction. In some cases area can be taken as vector, that means it should be assigned with one direction, it should be assigned with one direction. Where will it be means mostly in the field force concept, field force concept. Okay, children, actually these vector physical quantities all are existed according to the field forces. We have 4 basic forces. Okay. What are they? Gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force. Okay. In those fields some physical quantities, okay, are being taken as vectors, we have taken. So that the simplification is easy by using the method vector, by using the method vector. And coming to the that one scalar, in those fields here these type of physical quantities, mass, energy, time, distance, surface area of object. Here the area, mostly area is scalar, but for the case whenever I required field force concept, there I require the field lines concept and flux concept, these all things required. So, I should assign somewhat direction where these forces are going through that field, that means area, there I will assign the direction. Okay. According to requirement, I said you before, is all for our requirement we assign, we assume. Okay, children, yes. So, simply scalar means which has magnitude, no direction. Magnitude means just a quantity, just a quantity. Okay. Not the number, that means 10 kg, number means only 10, but unit is there, kg. So, 10 kg represents one of the scalar value, one of the scalar value. 10 kg does not require direction, so that the others can understand. Is it require direction? Now, 10 newtons, 10 newtons. Okay. Now, what is happening? One block is there, children, here. Okay. I am actually applying 20 newtons, I am applying, and you are applying this 10 newtons force. Okay. Now, you require direction. Why? Look at this. If you apply 10 newtons in this way, this will be accelerated, this will be accelerated. If you apply 10 newtons in this way, what happens? My applied force effect will be decreased. So, you require direction here, and if you apply 10 newtons here, there is no use, there is no use. Here this one and this one are being equal. So, for some physical quantities you require direction to understand what will happen, to understand what will happen. So, these are the definitions of vectors and scalars, and we go through the vector types. Okay. I do not give the notes about the vector, but orally I will explain, and later onwards we go through the vector mathematical operations. That means, in the mathematics we have the operations addition, subtraction, multiplication, differentiation, okay, division, so many operations we have. In the vectors, what are the operations we are going to learn? So, children, how this vector is being designated? Once see here, one vector is there A. Okay. Now, it has somewhat quantity, somewhat quantity. So, if you want to represent vector with any letter, any denotation, the vector should be, that means the vector should be, if this is the vector, children, it has somewhat size. Okay. The vector should be either bold letter, okay, or you can write normal letter with arrow, or you can write in this way. The vector can be represented with either bold letter or normal letter with arrow with this title. Okay. So, in this way you can represent, and the vector geometrically how it is being represented. Now, look at this, 10 newtons force is there, 10 newtons force, okay, children, and 5 newtons force is there. Both are forces and we have said already for some certain physical quantities we assign direction and those are being classified as vector. So, force I already assumed as vector, right. Now, 10 newtons, force 5 newtons, these two values vectors are represented with a straight line segment. Straight line segment at one end you should have arrow. This arrow shows you which direction, So, this is called head, this is called tail, and between this point, two extreme ends of the vector, these extreme ends called head, tail. The head has the cap, in this way. Now, I said 10 newtons, 5 newtons. If this is 5 newtons, 10 newtons must be double of this one, means here, okay. Double means in this way and in this way. So, here. So, till here the vector must be there, So, this is the 10 newtons, okay. So, here this is the head, this is the tail, this is the head, okay children. So, this is the process to identify or to represent the vector geometrical manner or with the denotions, Did you understand children? So, in this way, so the arrow length represents what is that children? 5 newtons means this much I said, 10 newtons means double of this one. So, the length represents what? Magnitude. Okay. Now, which represents direction? This arrow represents direction or according to your reference frame. My reference frame is horizontal. So, with this horizontal, how much angle it is making? In anti-clockwise. Not clockwise. Did you understand? If this vector is here children, okay. This is vector A bar, this is vector B bar. A bar direction is this side I said. Coming to the B bar, should I take in this way? No, I should take again from here to here in the anti-clockwise direction with my reference frame, positive x axis. So, in this way we will measure the angle with my reference frame and will be represented with the arrows and their directions, and their magnitude can be taken by its length. See children, position vector. So, this is the one of the important term in the vectors. Based on this one, we will derive the other physical quantities. Means if you want to get the displacement, that depends on position vector. Okay? If you want to get the velocity, that depends on displacement vector. If you want to get the acceleration, that depends on velocity vector. So, how those are being depending and what is the basis? Position vector. The word itself tells you about one location. Where is that location? Where are you now? Are you in Vizag? Are you in Andhra Pradesh? Are you in India? Where are you now? Are you in Asia? Are you in the world? Are you in the planet Earth? Are you in the solar family? Are you in the Milky Way? Is this Milky Way is constant? Are you in this universe or any other universes are there? So, how do we know? And one more thing, when this is the sun, if this is the earth, okay, your location now at this time, here, okay, you people are here now, okay. After 6 months, where will you be? Here. According to this one, it is not, this one also not constant. According to the sun, this one, why? Because sun also moving. So, where are you now? Where is your location? So, we do not have the particular certain location or position, but how do we know the certain locations? How do you identify your friend's house? Based on the reference. What is that? Reference. The reference means, this reference has been introduced by, who is that? Rene Descartes. Okay. Cartesian, Cartes. Who is that? Cartesian, Cartes. Based on that sharp assumption, look at this, Cartes, Cartesian coordinate system. I said you before, vector is the combination of so many streams of mathematics, so many streams of mathematics. So, here we are using Cartesian coordinate system. Actually, Cartesian coordinate system means two axes which intersect perpendicularly, so that we will have four quadrants: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay, children? Yes. In these fourth quadrants, according to the positive x axis, positive y axis, negative x axis, negative y axis. Based on this, you will locate the position there. You will locate the position. Even on the planet Earth, how do you locate the position? If this is the planet Earth, what does it call? Equator, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. Okay, and the poles, north pole, south pole. Did you understand, children? So, this is the equator. Okay, latitudes, longitudes, the angle you are taking from this one. How much angle you are making? Our Vizag is making 18 degrees, 17 degrees. Vizag approximately is 17 in that way, Vijayanagaram 18, Srikakulam like that, it is going to be increased from this one. That means, if this is a this black 17 degrees Vizag, this 18 Vijayanagaram. So, 1 degree difference from where? From equator plane, from equilateral plane. So, you are locating by taking on reference. In the same way, here also you are taking the reference to identify one point. The point position can be taken its coordinates. Look at this, if you take the perpendiculars on the x axis and y axis, what does it call? Abscissa. What does it call? Ordinate. Okay. So, x, y. So, this location x comma y, this location x comma y. From the x axis it is maintaining y perpendicular distance, from the y axis it is maintaining x perpendicular distance, and the distance also we assume, okay, meter means this much. I have the idea what is meter, what is meter, what is inch, what is jana, okay, what is foot. These all things I have the somewhat idea. Based on that idea, I will develop kilometer, 1000 meters. So, meter means this much. So, 1000 these many meters. Okay, from here the place is 1 kilometer. Okay, these many meters, 1000 I should assume, right. So, same thing here also. So, position vector, the vector tells you from this one. What is this? Origin. Origin, this one, how much length it is making, okay. And if you join that position location according to this origin, and if you join these two and gives the arrow direction, that is vector, that is called a position vector, that always revolves around. Position vector always changes around one point. Position vector is can be taken as axial vector. Around one axis, its position is being varied. Its position is being varied. Okay, children? Because why I am taking that axial vector means mostly the motions in this universe vibratory and rotatory. Once check the motion of the Earth planet, it rotates in this way and revolves around the sun. Did you understand? So, in this way we have the motion. For our motions, we assume this concept, keep it in mind. Okay, children? Yes. So, position vector, in this way we can understand displacement vector and some other types vectors. When compared with other vector, we will have the idea. So, we have the types, those are equal vector, okay, parallel vectors and zero vector, unit vector, okay. So many vectors we have, orthogonal vector. So, these are the vector types we have according to the position, according to the magnitude, according to the comparativity we classified. Equal vectors means the vectors have same magnitude, A bar, B bar, you can see same magnitude, size is same, size is same, okay. That means magnitude is same, magnitude of A is equal to magnitude of B. So, both are same. So, magnitude equal. What about the direction? Are they showing this direction plus x or not? Yes. So, direction should be same, magnitude should be same, that is called equal vectors, okay. And the parallel, look at this, are these parallel or not? Parallel. And one more thing, no need to be equal vectors. If you want to show any two vectors to be parallel, no need to be them as equal. That means, this vector somewhat greater than this one. Size wise, magnitude of A is not equal to magnitude of B, but direction of A is equal to direction of B. Directions same, magnitudes are different. So, that is called parallel vectors, that is called parallel vectors. And orthogonal, orthogonal means where two vectors or three vectors making 90 degrees with each other. That means, here you need to know one more vector, collinear. What does it call? Collinear vector. Collinear vector means two or more vectors, okay, will start or will act on one point, will act one point. That means, the vector A in this way, vector B in this way, vector C in this way, all the vectors their tails are same, their source is same, look at that, but directions are different, directions are different. So, those are called collinear vectors, those are called collinear. So, between them some angle is being existed. If the angle is 90, orthogonal, the angle is 90, orthogonal vector. Okay. Orthogonal unit vector we have I, j, k. Okay. First of all, try to know what is unit vector and what is zero vector. What is unit vector, what is zero vector. So, did you understand equal, parallel, orthogonal, collinear? Equal means vectors are same direction. Parallel means they can be in same direction, no need to be same in a magnitude, either equal or above than or less than that one, okay. And collinear, that one. And imparallel or unparallel vectors are opposite vectors. That means, see here children, this is A bar, okay. This is 10 newtons children magnitude, the same magnitude 10 newtons. So, this vector is P bar, both are having same magnitude, but what about the direction, are they opposite or not? Yes, they are opposite. The angle between them, here also collinear, starting from one point, they have only one tail, okay. But the angle between them 180, opposite to each other, opposite to each other. So, in this way both are reference to each other called opposite equal vector, opposite vector, simply opposite vector, okay children. Yes. So, in this way we have the classifications, but coming to the zero vector and unit vector, zero vector and unit vector. I said you before, vectors means combination of so many streams of mathematics. If you take the number system, what is the number to represent nothingness, to represent nothingness. Nothingness means nothing is there, but I want to say something is there with value nothingness. What is that value? 0. What does it call? 0. 0 is the number 0 is the number. It tells you nothing is there. It tells you nothing is there. For the nothingness also should be mentioned mathematically with a 0. We should not say no. We should say the no in the form of yes. Did you understand? Did you understand, children? So, in this way we should go. So, for the normal number system we have the number 0 to explain nothingness. For in the vectors, if you want to say nothingness, you require one vector, that vector is called 0 vector. 0 vector means magnitude is 0, direction is arbitrary, you can assign, okay. You just assign direction, but where is the magnitude? No. One vector has a 0 magnitude, means length will be this much or this much. Length won't be existed, only the point is vector, that is it. But where is the direction? You just assign imaginary, because even if you assign this side, if you this side, there is no change, because we need to do the mathematical operations in the vectors also, vector addition. If I add the one vector to another vector with another vector is 0 magnitude, means 0 vector, what happens? The same vector will be resultant. That means 3 plus 0 value 3 in the number system. In the same manner, a bar plus 0 vector is a bar. We just the vector also we require to compare with the number system. Keep it in mind, children, to compare with the number system. Okay. And coming to the unit vector. What is your number system? Real number system, what do you have? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, right? So, in this case also I require one difference, that one difference unit vector. But here that unit vector will have different values according to the reference frame. Means if I take x axis as a reference frame, I bar. If I take y axis as a reference frame, j bar. If I take z axis as a reference frame, k bar, I cap, j cap, k cap. Those are the unit vectors along the x axis. That means, children, if you take graph, children, okay, graph plus y axis plus x axis, okay, this is 0. From here some divisions I have taken. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This can be 1, 2, 3 in that way. So, here I cap, 2 I cap, 3 I cap, 4 I cap, 5 I cap. Here also j cap, 2 j cap, 3 j cap, like that. Did you understand? So, in that way I will take. In the vector manner, those unit vectors I am representing. It has somewhat direction. I means it tells you x axis, y means j cap, z k cap. Okay. So, I said you before, coordinate, Cartesian coordinate, trigonometry, geometry, but mostly we will use tan ratio and Pythagoras geometry. Why? Because if you want to know the magnitude of any vector, you should make that vector to follow the Pythagoras theorem, Pythagorean theorem. Okay. And if you want to know the direction, take the tan theta value, tan function of that angle. If you take, you will get the answer. So, children, now we are going to write the vector form in the form of unit vectors I, j, k. How is it is possible? Okay, try to learn. Unit vector means, I said you before, its number tells you what is the space you are maintaining on the graph. But mathematically, if you want to know, if the vector a bar is there, okay, its magnitude can be taken place. Magnitude of a bar can be written modulus a bar, Magnitude means, I said you before, quantity. What is it called? Quantity. Now, the force has 10 newtons. How many newtons you are having here? 10. The 10 tells you the magnitude. Now, you should assign the direction. You should assign the direction. How many newtons you are considering? 10 newtons. So, the Newton will act as here unit, right. In the physical quantity, if you want to represent, Newton is the unit, this is magnitude. This number tells you how much you are considering here. This is the unit. In the same way, for the vector, it has the magnitude and that unit value. What is the unit value here I am taking? That is called as unit vector. How do we know? If I want to know unit here, what should I do? If I divide the given value f bar with its magnitude, divide children. What is the magnitude children? 10. What is the f bar value children? 10 newtons. So, divide now. Do you get the unit Newton? Yes, you are getting the unit Newton. So, what did you do the operation here? Division. Division of what children? Given vector by its magnitude. So, this is the given vector. If you want to get the unit vector of the A, unit vector of A, what should we do? Given vector should be written by its magnitude. What is the magnitude children? I said you before, modulus of this one. So, that is the unit vector. The unit vector of A means vector should be divided with its magnitude. So, in this way. Okay, children. So, in this way we are going to calculate, and I said you before, the vector is being represented of combination of so many unit vectors. What are they? I, j, k. For the x axis I, conventionally we are using. For y axis j, for z axis k. Yes. Now, look at this. This is plus x plus y and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is a 0. Now, the point I want to locate 5, 4. What is the point I want to locate? 5, 4. 5 is abscissa, 4 is ordinate, x coordinate 5, y coordinate 4. X comma y. Okay, children? Yes, x comma y. So, identify this is the 5. Okay, children, this is the 5. What is about 4? This one. Now, look at this. That is the 5 comma 4. That is the 5 comma 4. This point. So, in the Cartesian coordinate system, in the mathematics, you have learned to identify the position of any point by x axis value, y axis value, x axis value, y axis. And I said, if you want to get the vector of that position, what does it call? Position vector. So, just join the origin and this one, origin and this one. Let it be straight, children, origin and this one. So, you represent, I said you before, on the x axis, what is the unit vector, children? What is the unit vector, children? I, 2i, 3i, 4i, 5i. Here j, 2j, 3j, 4j, 5j. So, here to get this one, you people are adding 5i plus 4j. 5i plus 4j, that is the vector. That is the vector form of that position. Did you understand? So, simply what in the coordinate geometry, what we are doing to locate, the same things will be represented with I and j's. How many i's I am intersecting here on the x axis? 5 i's. On the y axis, 4 j's. That is why. If you take the third dimension, z axis, again k will be introduced. K will be introduced. So, in this way, we will write the vector form in the form of, if the A bar is the vector, children, Ax I cap, Ay j cap, Az k cap. I said you before, I x axis, y y axis and its unit vector j, and z axis unit vector k. So, along x axis what is the interception? Ax abscissa, along y axis ay ordinate, along z axis az coordinate. So, x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinate with their unit vectors, the sum of that one represented as vector. Look at this, represented as vector. Okay, children. So, sometimes you will be given two vectors with different orientations, different directions, and you need to calculate its resultant. What is meant by resultant, children? Look at this. This is the box, children, okay, on the surface. As an elder, I am applying force. You also wants to help me. So, you are also applying force in this way. If you apply in this way, will it be move faster, or if you apply in this way, will it be move faster? So, this is the good value. This is the good application of force. Okay, direction is important. Okay. So, when you apply these two, look at this, only two, consider. So, I am drawing again here the same thing, okay, but I am drawing here this one here parallel to that one. I just relocate and I join to this one. Okay, now what is the resultant, children? This will be resultant. This will be resultant. This is what I applied. This is what you applied. A applied me and B applied by you. Okay. So, the resultant will follow the tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector. How will it be possible, children? Here it forms the triangle or not? Yes. How do you know its magnitude? I said you before, to know the magnitude, which theorem I should apply? Pythagoras. Pythagoras means right angle triangle. So, make it right angle in this way. Look at this. Okay. So, how do we calculate? We are going to understand, but the thing is, you should use two things to calculate magnitude. What do you require? Pythagoras theorem. Okay. And to know the direction, children, tan function. What is that? Tan function, that is it. If you know these two, you will do all the problems from the given worksheets, only two. If you want to know the magnitude of any two vectors, just make them right angle triangle by extending in this way. How do we extend? There are some certain rules. By using the trigonometric ratios, we will apply. And this one, tan function. Did you understand, children? In this way, we are going to calculate. So, I hope you understand what is unit vector and how the vector is being represented with ij case. And still so much information is there regarding this vector, but for your level just try to understand in this way. Try to apply Cartesian coordinate system, geometry, that means Pythagoras theorem, trigonometric ratios, tan, mostly these, and arithmetic. Normally what we have the number system. Compare with that one always, so that you will have idea. Okay. Resolution of vector. Resolution means you will see two photographs. If you see one ball, okay, the ball has the strips here. The ball has the strips in this way. Okay, the ball has the strips in this way. Now, you people are observing this ball diagram from here, this much distance. Okay. Now, I am observing this ball in this way. What will happen, children? Very closer to the ball, so that I can see the roughness of the ball. I can see what are the hills and irregularities are there on the ball. That means, if I see closer to this one, the ball will be appeared in this way. So, if I see very closer this ball, the irregularities on the ball can be seen. Here what happens? The image has been resoluted by my eye, even by using your mobile also. If you take one of any photograph, that can be resoluted more and more by using nowadays so many apps we are available, we are having, right. By using that one, we can resolute more and more. That means, we are opening at every point on the image, so that each and every point can be seen clearly what's there. If you want to see the microbe structure, what you have captured by using the microscopic camera, now you need to know its structure. How do we know? By resoluting more and more, the microbe structure can be known. What does it contain? Nowadays, we are having the corona, right? Corona is the virus that cannot be seen by our human eye, but nowadays you can see in the news, the coronavirus diagram is being printed. How will it be? It is in this way. In this way. Because they have resoluted that shape of that virus. Corona means, look at this, it has somewhat crown, the cap of the queen or king crown. So, that is why. So, these are the very important to stick our inside lungs. That is why we people those are being suffered by these type of thrones or this type of crown structure. That is why that was named as corona. What is that? Corona. So, if you resolute more and more, even you can see whatever the structure on this virus ball also. So, resolution, you are just opening every point and point. Here also we will make it to open. Which will be opened, in which manner will be opened, you will see. Look at this. This is the one vector, A bar. What is that? A bar. Vector should be always denoted with this one, because to avoid the confusion with the other terms in the mathematics. Okay? Yes. Now, this is making angle theta with the positive x axis and in this way y axis. I said resolution. So, make this vector to be resoluted into parts, to get orthogonal components. Orthogonal components means those components of this vector should make 90 degrees, How is it possible seen? Look at this is the intersection of the x axis, this is the intersection on the y axis. Okay. Now, I want to know this value, I want to resolute in this way. By combining these two vectors, I got this vector, I want to say in that manner. I resoluted one vector into two parts, I resoluted. In which manner? By making 90 degrees angle, orthogonal components of that vector. How? It is aligning along the x axis, along the y axis. So, by the vectors 2 product, you get this one A. You will get this one A. So, we are actually, resolution is simply you are getting its past. By combining these two vectors, you got this one. By past, this future it had, right, the same thing. So, how do we know this one? This is the theta. So, if I want to know this one, what is this? According to this triangle, adjacent side. What is this? Adjacent side. So, cos theta equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is the adjacent side here, children? Consider this is the x. So, what is the hypotenuse here? What is that magnitude? Magnitude means, I said you before, in the modulus you should represent that. And in the same way, I want this one. What is this one? For this triangle, if you take here, this is y. So, is it equal to this one? Yes, this is equal. Now I want to know why. For this theta, is it opposite side or adjacent side? Opposite side. So opposite side means sin theta. Sin theta equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. By hypotenuse. What is the opposite side, children? Y by hypotenuse, again magnitude of the vector A, right. Okay. Have I gotten my x and y, children? Look at this, x equal to a bar cos theta, y equal to a bar sin theta. So, shall I write the answers here? A bar modulus cos theta, a bar modulus sin theta. This is the y value, this is the x value. So, I resoluted the a into that way. So, a bar can be written as modulus a bar cos theta x component orthogonal component plus modulus a bar sin theta orthogonal component y. But along the x axis in the vectors, what should I represent, children? I cap. What is that? I cap. Along the y axis, j cap. So, by combining these two, you are getting this vector. You are getting this vector. So, keep it in mind, what have I done here? I made that vector shape in the form of right angle. So, mostly I will use Pythagoras theorem to know its magnitude and tan value to know its direction. That means, right angle triangle concept should be applicable for entire vectors, So, in this way we are going to calculate resultant of two vectors, So, what will happen if two forces are acting at same time on any body, what will happen? Those things will be discussed.